Hello guys, so welcome to today's class. So in our previous class, we introduced the concept of comparison operator in Python. So where we gave example of comparison operators such as the equal to, the greater than, the less than, and not equal to as well. So today's class will be a continuation of our previous class. So there are also two other comparison operator I want you guys to know because they are all equally important. So as time goes on, when you start writing your Python script or your source code for any of your program or any projects you are trying to do, you definitely implement the knowledge that you get from knowing how to use the comparison operator in Python. So today I'll be introducing another comparison operator known as the greater than or equal to. So for you to carry out an expression that involves a greater than in combination to an equal to operator, what you are going to do is that you are going to use for the greater than case, you are going to use the right angle bracket here and also followed by an equal to sign. So let's say, for instance, we say 23 is greater than and equal to um, 12, for instance. This is going to return true. Why? Because 23 is greater than 12, but 23 is not equal to 12, but 23 is greater than 12. The reason why it's returned true, a true value, is because it satisfies one of the conditions. So the condition for this expression to return true is either it obeys one of the condition. For instance, 23 is greater than 12. One of the condition is correct. Mathematically, 23 is greater than 12, but 23 is not equal to 12. So the way greater than equal to expression in Python works is that one of the conditions just have to be true for it to return a true value. And don't forget, the result for comparison operator is a Boolean value. So Boolean is either a true or a false value. So 23 is greater than or equal to 12, and it will return true. So let me give you another instance whereby it will return false. So let's say 23, for instance, now is greater than or equal to 60. In this case, it is false. The reason why it is false is that both expression here, both conditions are false. Why? Because let's take the greater than operator, for instance. 23 is greater than 60. It is false because 23 is not greater than 60. And also 23 is not equal to 60. So that's why it return a false value. So for it to return a false value, both conditions have to be false. So 23 is not greater than 60, and also 23 is not equal to 60. That's why it is false. But for the case of a true value, one of the expression, one of the conditions just have to be met. So 23 is greater than 12, but 23 is not equal to 12, greater than equal to expression. So the other comparison operator is known as the less than or equal to. So let's say I'll use an instance whereby 40 is less than or equal to 90. So this is true. Why? Because 40 is less than 90, but 40 is not equal to 90. Remember, I said for it to return a true value, one of the condition have to be met. In this case, the first condition is met, whereby 40 is less than 90. But 40 obviously is not equal to 90, but one of the conditions just have to be met for it to return a true value. So 40 is less than or equal to 90, it is true. So I'll give another example whereby the expression will return a false value. Let's say 40 is less than or equal to 12. This will return a false value. Why? Because for this expression, 40 is not less than 12, and also 40 is not equal to 12. So the difference between greater than, equal to, and also less than, equal to is just the sign. For you to write an expression whereby you are trying to say a one value, that is, the value on the left is greater than or equal to the value on the right, it means you are using this angle bracket here, the right angle bracket, followed by an equal to sign. Then for the less than or equal to expression, for you to include the less than or equal to operator in any of your Python expression, you write the value on the left, which is also followed by the left angle bracket, then you add the equal to sign. And also, it must not necessarily mean that you have to type out your value or your integer or any of your data type in Python. Remember in our first class, I said I introduced the concept of variable. So let's say I'll use this instance now. Let's say player one, for instance, now. Player one age is equals to maybe 30. I'll store that. And I'll say player two, in this case now, is equals to 40. I'll store that. I could say player two, so I'll call on the variable right now. Player two, for instance, now is greater than or equal to player one. This is true. Why? Because I already stored a variable known as player two and player one. I assigned the value of 40, in this case, which is an integer, and I assigned the value to player one variable. Also, I assigned the value of 40, which is an integer, to a variable known as player two. In this case now, instead of typing 40, yeah, is greater than or equal to what? 30, which also give me true. I could just store it. For example, now I could store a variable in a situation whereby I want to keep on using the same value. Instead of me repeating myself and be typing, I could just call on the variable anytime I need to use it. So player two in this case, which is 40, is greater than or equal to player one. Why? Because 40 is greater than 30, but it is not equal to 30. And I said for greater than or equal to expression, it just have to, one of the conditions just have to be met for it to be for it to return a true Boolean value. You understand? So that will be all for comparison operator in Python. So see you in our next class.